My name is Larry Williams, and I teach music at Poland Regional High School and Bruce M. Whittier Middle School in Poland, Maine. I've been there since the school opened up in 1999. I have 30 years of teaching experience at public school. I'm the band director as well as the intro to guitar teacher at this high school. I teach guitar to high school students in a classroom setting, amongst other things that I do there. And outside of school, I also run my own 9-piece professional band and play in the Portland Jazz Orchestra in Portland, Maine. So that's a little
Lots
summary
of
of who
music
I
in
am,
your
what I
life.
do. Oh yes, yeah, music's a,
How many guitar students do you have this semester?
and on our typical semester like this one, I'll probably have anywhere from 10 to 15 guitar students, split between two different classes. In past years, I've said sometimes up to 25 to 30 guitar students in a particular class. So,
Very cool. So you obviously have been using Moosiko. I guess we started maybe three months ago
yep.
in January. How would you describe Moosiko to other teachers?
Moosiko is a good piece of, it's a good interface to let students experience how to play tunes that they're familiar with and the chords and transitions of those chords going from one chord to another with each tune. If I could summarize it this way, if a student has an idea of what a tune sounds like, they've heard it on the radio or wherever they get their music, and I'd like to learn some of the chord structures and be able to sing along with the tune, Moosiko is a good resource for that. So it does a good job of getting students' eye-hand coordination together with lyrics. So.
And maybe just describe how you use Moosiko in your classroom, kind of what a typical class looks like, and how you're incorporating, the program into the class.
Sure. We use a traditional method book that helps students understand, how to hold the guitar, how to play melodic notes, how to play, hand a lot of the technique pieces to playing guitar, which often takes up about half to 3/4 of our sessions in our class. And Moosiko is a good tool to get students to continue on after we're done with that session of doing some technical things. What Moosiko allows me to do is, all right, we've done pick a song that you're familiar with and that you can learn a new chord with, and then the transitions to those new chords from chords that you're familiar with, and then let's go ahead and you pick the song. So it gives students choice to learn something that would motivate them to play more, along with stuff that they've previously learned.
Mm-hmm. Got it. And they have Chromebooks, right, in the classroom?
Yes.
So you're using it on their individual Chromebook.
Yeah, individual Chromebooks, and some of them have really picked up on using it too on an app, on the browser app that they would
Their
get
phone.
on their phone.
Yeah. You mentioned when we chatted last time that some students use it at home. So if they're sick or they can't come to class, it's just a tool that they use at home. So maybe could you describe a use case that you use?
Sure.
For that?
So students, I had some students take some guitars home during this long break that we're in, and they've been up on learning new chords. It allows a student to teach themselves and to work through a process by themselves to learn a tune. The journey that is structured there allows the students to kind of progress at a level that they're comfortable with and at a rate that they're comfortable with. The videos, icons that are presented there really allow the student to really delve into positioning and transitioning from one chord to another by themselves, with very little guidance from me. Sometimes they will ask, where can I find a recording of the tune, so forth, and I can help them with that because they need a reference. So I'll help them with those things. Sometimes they'll say to me, well, this song doesn't sound like it's in the original key. And I say, yeah, well, I think they'll move the key to a tune, number one, to play open chords. Secondly, it might be more suitable to your voice versus the voice that's on the radio. For instance, Surfin' USA was originally recorded in E flat, but on Moosiko, I think you have it in G.
Yeah, E flat
So,
chords is a difficult chord progression for beginners.
right. So rightly so. So you have the open chord structures. They can sing a tune that they're familiar with, or an oldie that I'm familiar with, and they can play it in open chord structures, which I think is helpful for them learning how to play real tunes on a guitar. When I say real tunes, real popular tunes.
Yeah. What are some of the benefits that you see of Moosiko? For maybe, I think you've mentioned a lot for the student, but maybe touch on a couple for you as the instructor.
I think the greatest benefit is the motivation that gives students to want to play more guitar, to learn on their own. I think that's the greatest benefit. I think if you put a beginner student, alone with a guitar and a method book that we traditionally use, might be hard for them to want to stay glued to that for an extended amount of time, simply because they're learning a lot of technical things that don't sound like the guitar players they're listening to in their recordings. Um, they're learning more of a traditional approach, which can be good if reading music, and something which is important for all musicians to pursue. But it's a good balance. It motivates students, and it also gives them a good balance on playing more guitar and playing more in the folk tradition.
Yeah, and hopefully, I mean, what my passion in this is to help people become lifelong musicians, right?
Yeah.
Not just take a class and at the end of the semester it's over, but a skill that they can have through their entire life.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool. Well, thanks so much.
Good.